Welcome back. This is Thursday lunchtime. You heard the NPA moments ago saying that the Hawks had made several arrests this morning to those cases linked to alleged tender fraud. Prosecutors will be gunning for convictions, obviously, but it's fair to say they need financial firepower. The Finance Minister delivers his medium-term budget next week. The key question, will government cut spending at the National Prosecuting Authority? Let me go live now to our big video wall, reporter Michael Marillier. So if government says it's going head-to-head with the crooks, and that's fair to say, the NPA budget is absolutely crucial, but not always good news here.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeremy. Shamila Batoy really is South Africa's sheriff, if you want to put it that way. And she actually appeared before Parliament earlier this month, Jeremy, appealing to the Justice Portfolio Committee and saying, look, we just can't afford any more budget cuts. If we do, then all the gains that we've really been making over the last 2 years will be reversed, especially when it comes to the fight against COVID corruption. So let's explore some of the challenges that the NPA is already facing, that the sheriff has been facing. At the end of the last financial year, Jeremy, more than 1,500 vacancies inside the National Prosecuting Authority. In terms of percentages, that means a vacancy rate across the organisation of 27%. So we're talking about, Jeremy, almost 1 in 4 posts have not been filled, largely because of financial constraints. In terms of the national office, an even higher vacancy rate of 35%. And this was really interesting, Jeremy, coming out of the NPA's annual report. Admin support, so those are really the people who help the prosecutors with their paperwork and their preparation, a vacancy rate of 41%. The NPA saying, Jeremy, that it tried to pump most of the money into the prosecution services and try to save on the admin support, all in a bid, of course, to get more prosecutors on its team. And I want to focus very quickly, Jeremy, on the regional layout. You may ask the question, is this a rural problem or an urban problem? Afraid to say it's across the board. 118 vacancies in South Gauteng, so that's a rate, Jeremy, of roughly 22%. We've also seen some action today in Mthatha. We've focused on that. 67 vacancies, Jeremy, at the end of the last financial year, so a rate there of 33%. So the NPA really struggling to fill those posts, Jeremy, because of the financial constraints.
It's troublesome and vexing. Now, if I remember correctly, the Finance Minister had committed funds to this fight, but then COVID came along.
Yeah, absolutely. That was all the way back in February, Jeremy, which, of course, feels like a lifetime away. Let's bring up some of those numbers. So Tito Mboweni announcing a big spending plan, additional funding worth roughly 2.4 billion rand. That was for the Hawks, the NPA, as well as the SIU, the Special Investigating Unit. The plan, Jeremy, 800 extra investigators and nearly 280 prosecutors. We understand the NPA has gone some way in hiring additional staff, Jeremy, but of course, lots of question marks now as Tito Mboweni prepares to deliver this medium-term budget. What's changed? Well, I'm afraid that we could have hundreds of billions of rands lacking in our budget. Let's bring up our final graphic, Jeremy. You could almost say South Africa needs to put up a wanted poster. What does it want? Well, it wants the 300 billion rand that it expected at the beginning of the year and probably won't get. The reason? Our economy is taking such massive strain. So really, Jeremy, Shamila Batoy will be saying to the Finance Minister, cut wherever you like, but don't cut our budgets for prosecutors.
Let me thank you, Michael Marillier, and our graphics department. Well done. Looks really nice.